Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Ram, official truck of the Detroit Red Wings. By Meijer, find low prices on everything your family needs at Meijer. And by Xfinity, your home for most live sports.
It is just a sturdy, chilly walk from the Arch in downtown St. Louis to the Scott Trade Center, where the Wings are making their only appearance of the season. As you watch tonight's game, keep this in mind. If there happens to be a Red Wings hat trick, you're invited to bring a copy of the scoring summary to any Arby's tomorrow for a free small order of curly fries. Back in the Fox Sports Detroit studios, John and Darren and Ozzy, we don't agree with much ever here, but we think we're in agreement that this is one of those games that will be determined by the stars on the ice this evening.
And these two guys are going to be marked men out here by the St. Louis Blues. And they always have been. St. Louis really pays attention to these guys. They're going to jump them early in the neutral zone, take away their time and space. Pav and Hank can't do it by themselves tonight. They're going to need other guys to get on the wagon and really give them a hand here. St. Louis always, under Hitchcock, really identifies those two guys and plays them really hard. They're going to get checks finished on them all night long tonight.
And despite the extra attention, though, those guys always seem to rise to the occasion when they play St. Louis, both well over a point a game per game in their career against the St. Louis Blues. And it's one of those things, this is the kind of game you need both of your star players playing well if you're going to win on the road.
The Blues were in desperate need for a goalie. They went out and signed Marty Brodeur, who's got more wins than anybody else in hockey history, but he's taken a leave of absence for a week from the team as Brian Elliott has come back and will be the starter for this team again, and the Wings will see him in goal tonight against them.
He's very consistent, Brian Elliott. He's a perfect goaltender for their style. He's a good first save guy. After that, good defense boxing out. He's consistent. That's what they need.
Yeah, although not my favorite Elliott, I will say some nice stuff about him. His save percentage is north of .930. That's great. And to me, Darren, you hit it right on the head, where he's a perfect goalie for St. Louis this time. He's really consistent. He makes the first save, and he's really structurally sound.
Since he joined the Blues in 2011, Brian Elliott has the second most wins or winning percentage at home of any goalie in the National Hockey League. Peter Mrazek will have to be good tonight. From here in Southfield to Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond in St. Louis. Guys, have a great call.
Thank you, John. Hello again, everybody. The St. Louis Blues had lost 6 of 7, but have since won 5 straight. They're playing Game 4 of a 7-game homestand. The Red Wings arrived here after Tuesday's 3-1 win in Buffalo. They conclude a 6-game road trip here tonight. Our Southeast Michigan Ford dealers bring you the goaltenders tonight, as John and the boys were just speaking of. Peter Mrazek, who won his NHL debut back in February of 2013 in this building, goes for the Red Wings. Brian Elliott, who missed 14 due to injury, and that brought about the Marty Brodeur signing, who, as John mentioned, is now in his leave of absence. Brian Elliott starts for St. Louis. And the guys mentioned all the stars in this game. Well, there's the Red Wings star, one of many, the captain Henrik Zetterberg against David Backes, who had a 4-goal game this year, the second of his career. The other came a few years back against the Red Wings. So it's Backes, Steen, and Oshie for the Blues, Zetterberg, Datsyuk, and Abdelkader for the Red Wings, and we're underway. The first of only 2 meetings this season. The next will come March 22nd at the Joe. Datsyuk got one ahead to Abdelkader, back for Pavel Datsyuk. He took a shot that deflected wide of the goal. And you know the man Mick spoke of in our open tonight, Vladimir Tarasenko, will be fired up to play his countryman Pavel Datsyuk tonight, whom he learned so much from during the Sochi Olympics. And St. Louis in offside, 30 seconds into this game, we get our first stop in play.
Well, with Ken Hitchcock being the home coach, he chooses to go with the Steen line and David Backes against Pavel Datsyuk. Datsyuk usually gets bothered by Backes a lot. He's a big physical player, number 42. He loves to run at people, especially talented people like Pavel Datsyuk, to try to get them off their game. If he does, look for the guy from Muskegon to ride sheriff's shotgun for him in Abdelkader tonight.
Riley Sheahan out there with Tatar and Gus Nyquist. There's Vladimir Tarasenko, number 91, out there for the Blues with his lines mates, Lehtera, number 12, Yori Lehtera, and Jaden Schwartz, number 17. And the Blues will get a change going here as Tarasenko copped it up in the middle to Sheahan. But the puck worked its way through. Riley Sheahan going to get it. He's up away with Nyquist. And Tatar, who drives the goal. There's the pass for Tatar. Sticked aside by Elliott. And the Blues will come back the other way. Jaden Schwartz will bring it in. Got room to shoot. He did. Mrazek wasn't sure. He thought he had it. He didn't. It dropped in front, but stayed out in front.
It's one of those shots that handcuffs a goaltender. It was right close to his body. It wasn't out where he could easily catch it, but it looked like he squeezed his left elbow into the body, and the puck ended up dropping in the crease, but long after the whistle had gone. So these guys can shoot from everywhere. Schwartz and Tarasenko, they'll go up against Riley Shane, at least for the start, and that'll be a big matchup for both Hitchcock and Babcock to see which can come out on top with those first two big lines going head-to-head as well.
Joachim Lidstrom kept it in and goes after it now for St. Louis. Number 10, a free agent signing. Out there with Patrick Berglund, number 21. Comes to the line for Cole. And Ian Cole shot just wide of the goal. The Ann Arbor, Michigan native. There's Lindstrom with it. Puck in back into the corner for Paul Stastny, who's been third-line center for the Blues. Sometimes up on the second line. Big contract signing for the St. Louis native. Paul Stastny been under a lot of pressure here, but has played better lately for St. Louis.
A slow start. He's a talented player at the back end of an excellent career, making a lot of money, mind you, too. There was questions when they signed him.
Brendan Smith waits for his team to get organized as Glendening is out there, along with Anderson and Drew Miller. Smith on defense with Xavier Ouellet. Tipped by the stick of Miller. No, they say he did not. So over his stick, and that will result in an icing coming back into the Red Wing zone. While the two great Russians we spoke of, one much younger than the other, Tarasenko and Datsyuk, and look through the first 145 games of their career, how much better Tarasenko has done. But is that truly a fair indication? Because the game was much different then. Pavel Datsyuk, when he came in 02 in the Wings Cup year, was surrounded by stars and the likes of Brett Hull and Fedorov and Yzerman and Shanahan. The playing time wasn't quite as significant as Tarasenko's getting.
Nor the type of playing time. He didn't get a whole lot of power play time either.
That shot's blocked by Miller, who took one off the leg in Buffalo the other night, but said he's okay.
Jeez, what a big hit.
And Brendan Smith came over.
Yeah.
Smith's been in two fights this year. Here's the Red Wings' third. Oh, did Smith hurt himself? He wanted to go with Steve Ott, and I think Brendan Smith, did he hurt himself? The way he stopped with Ott is the question. Let's hope not. Ott, who came over from Buffalo with Ryan Miller in the Yaroslav Halak, Chris Stewart first-round pick deal.
Boy, did he lay a body check on Ouellet. He got caught with his guard down, not recognizing that Ott was that close to him, and he picked his spot. And Ott right there did what I'll call a gentlemanly thing. He had Brendan Smith at his mercy, and he did not sucker punch him.
It looked the way that Smith stopped like he hurt something, but you're right, Ott held back for sure.
But Ouellet just got a major league lesson about playing in the NHL. When guys like Steve Ott are on the ice, you have to be aware that they like to hit. They'll take every opportunity to hit, and you got to get rid of the puck quicker than he did there and leave yourself exposed to a big crunching possible injury type hit.
Well, Brendan Smith won't get his third fight of the year. That's just a roughing penalty. The last fight he was in, remember, he got into it with Foligno and hurt his hand. Nick Foligno in Columbus, and cut his hand was infected. So the teams play four aside here with Ott and Smith both in the box, as Alexander Steen puts one back into his own zone as the Blues will regroup here. Shattenkirk. That pass tipped through as Steen goes after it. Mrazek will play one over. Zetterberg out there along with Justin Abdelkader. Abdelkader's got it. Finds a little open ice here. Abdelkader wide to the left and couldn't get a shot through to the goal. Blocked by Pietrangelo. Blues very deep on the blue line. Here's a look at Shattenkirk. 37 points. Leads all National Hockey League defensemen. 30 assists does as well. Carried back in by Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester, who won an Olympic gold in Sochi for Mike Babcock. Turning is Quincy. Left it back of the net. The Kaiser reached in there. And Pavel Datsyuk will safely play it. Flying up the middle. What a pass for Helm. Helm was looking for it a few seconds even before he got it. Helm turning in deep with it. Helm driving the goal, now in behind. Helm keeps control. He's got Sheahan with him. Helm with a good spin back. Bouwmeester trying to contain him. And he tripped him. Great work by Darren Helm. A penalty coming to St. Louis.
Well, they don't realize in this building that that's a penalty call in any hockey game on any pond in any part of the world. They don't know hockey.
Frederick
Nice work.
Lecuyer and Gord Dwyer, the referees tonight.
Nice work by Darren Helm to keep his feet moving.
St. Louis.
There's no question.
Tripping.
Took a good enough piece of him. And you keep your feet moving like that. And look at this pass by Pavel Datsyuk. Here's Helm taking off, turns around. Holy jumping. That is really something, that pass. It almost created a breakaway if it hadn't jumped off a Helm stick.
And that was a set play because Darren took off as soon as Pavel had it. He was gone. So a 4-on-3 Bell Tire power play here for Detroit. Red Wings power play third in the league. Zetterberg. Back to the line. Kronwall now to Datsyuk. Kronwall shooting, and that went wide. Blues penalty killing 19th. They've killed off 23 of the last 25 over the past 8 games. Kronwall's got it. 5 seconds left in this situation. As Auden Smith standing in the box came right in quickly on Elliott. Datsyuk with a lift of the stick. It came out to center for Ott. So the Red Wings now in a 5-on-4 manpower advantage.
I thought they might give Pulkkinen a look there in that short 4-on-3. That right-hand shot.
Pavel Datsyuk took a shot and glanced up over the netting, and a souvenir. One of the fans here at the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis. And through 43 games, the Red Wings power play last season to this season. Look how much better it is this year, Mick, with virtually the same number of shots. Great work by our stats guys. Just 6 more shots this year, but look at the differential in goals.
Well, it's 33% better. 18 last year, you jumped to 24. 1/3 better. That's huge. And again, the power play and the penalty killing is what's got Detroit in the position they're in.
So the Red Wings set up here in the Bell Tire power play 5-on-4, kept in at the line by Pulkkinen. Out there along with Sheahan. Stephen Weiss used his body to try to free that puck. Came in behind for Carl Gunnarsson. And a penalty coming back the other way for cross-checking.
There'll be a major argument here because Pulkkinen was hooked going back to the blue line to keep the puck in, and then that doesn't get called because they're already short-handed, and then bing-a-ding-a-ding, and you're going 4-on-4 again. Hard to argue when you get your arms extended like that. It was a gentle love tap, but nonetheless.
So for 2 teams, the Red Wings the 4th least penalized team, the Blues the 7th most. We've had a parade to the box thus far in this game.
Too many too early. Too many people sitting, getting cold on the bench for both teams. But you don't need that garbage in a game. Let them play.
So the teams are 4 aside, at least for the moment. As mentioned, the St. Louis Blues have won 5 straight games. Their last one came here a few nights ago on Tuesday. It was 4-2 over Edmonton when they scored 4 even strength goals. They went 0 for 4 with the power play, did St. Louis. They get it back here to the line. Full shot blockered away by Mrazek. Zetterberg tried to get it out, couldn't. Oshie kept it alive. Schwartz put it off the skate of Smith. Ouellette thought better of going back to Zetterberg and gets one ahead for Brendan Smith. As the Blues are about to go to a power play. It was fun the other night when they got 4 even strength goals in their 4-2 win over Edmonton. Ken Hitchcock said, quite frankly, the power play probably took the wind out of our sails. I think it took away our momentum because we started to press a little bit. Not very often you hear a coach say, we didn't need the power plays, we're fine at even strength. But they're on a power play now is St. Louis. Goes all the way down to Elliott. The Blues power play best in the league at 25.5%. 38 power play goals, 1 fewer than Detroit. Tarasenko watched by Glendening. Got it in for Laterra. It went back to the line and near side now for Shattenkirk. A shot. Hit a stick. Backus. Back to Shattenkirk. Stripped to the puck, but to the line. Steen didn't shoot it. Comes back to Shattenkirk again. Now to Steen. Intercepted as Glendening got a stick in front of that. Dozen seconds remaining in the penalty to Weiss. Tarasenko tried to cut back. Helms got it. And got the puck out to center. And the penalty to Weiss is now over. Sheahan made the play back to himself. It's stripped there by Oshie. Oshie was a game-time decision tonight. Got hit in that Edmonton game by Schultz in a lower body injury. Although he returned, they weren't sure he could go tonight. But he's in the lineup. This will be icing against Detroit.
He looked a little ginger in the warm-up tonight, but just keep an eye on him because if he's got something that's bothering him and he gets banged on it, they said it's a lower body, yeah, he may not finish tonight, at least not at 100%.
TJ Oshie, who at least a point in 8 of the past 9 games, had a personal best 60 points last season. That'll be held by Mrazek right off the face-off. When we come back, we'll speak of 2 Russian stars, Pavel Datsyuk and Vladimir Tarasenko, and the latter learned from the former. Pavel Datsyuk and Vladimir Tarasenko, 2 Russian stars who were together in Sochi, a learning experience for the youngster, says Blues head coach Ken Hitchcock.
They're both real humble guys, and I think Vladdy really learned about preparation, about focus, about not just coming to the rink and putting your gear on, how much work Pav put into being a player and how much work he put into preparing for every game. I think it was a real eye-opener for him.
I think it's an eye-opener for everyone who comes into the Red Wing room, too, how much Pavel Datsyuk works. So let's hope that Pavel didn't teach too much for Tarasenko, that he takes advantage tonight, because you know the younger one's going to be up for this one.
You know the saying for that, don't you? I taught him all he knows, but not all I know.
Good thing. All right. Out at center, loose puck moved ahead by Miller. He was taken out by Barrett Jackman, the Calder Trophy winner for Rookie of the Year. Barrett Jackman back in 03 edged out Henrik Zetterberg for that award. Jackman, who made his St. Louis debut in 02 against the Red Wings. He's the longest tenured Blue.
It's 3 cross checks in the back, 3 in the leg by Reeves.
Here's Smith with a shot. Good recovery as Ott got to it along with Maxim Lapierre, and Reeves, the 4th line for the Blues. And the 4th line that can skate much like Detroit's can. Lapierre goes after it.
What a play by Sheahan. He's got this kid's getting more confidence by the day to make plays that are right on the edge, boy.
Now he has to try to contain Berglund. Back to the net, Bouwmeester. You have to wonder sometimes if Bouwmeester's a defenseman or a forward.
No kidding. That's twice already, and we've only played 10 minutes. He's been up there.
Now the Blues in down low. Lindstrom taken away by Sheahan. Over to Gus Nyquist. Took a bump. It gets it into the Blues zone. Nyquist with a goal and 4 points the past 3 games for the Red Wings. St. Louis will loop one down into Detroit territory. Kronwall's back to retrieve it. Both teams in the midst of changes as we approach the halfway point in this period. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, Trevor Thompson with you from the Scott Trade Center. Here's Zetterberg trying to get through. Looks for someone open. No opportunity there. Off a leg, loose puck. Kronwall in there looking for that one. Shattenkirk cleared it around. Abdelkader recovered, kept it in. Datsyuk stole it. But then the Blues, Shattenkirk recovers, number 22 for St. Louis. Datsyuk again. Boy, he's no give up, is there? He took it once and then again.
You could see it coming, and that might be the first shot on goal for Detroit in 11 minutes.
Boy, when you know Pavel's around you, why even risk carrying it?
He thought he had him clean.
Drew Doughty said that. He said, when I know Pavel Datsyuk's near me, within vicinity, I get rid of the puck because you can just expect it to be taken.
It's the same scenario with Steve Ott on the ice when you're going to get hit. You got to know he's out there and have eyes in the back of your head to know to do something a little different when he's there. He almost got it there. And he stayed on it, and he never stopped skating. That's the key. I think he got a shot on goal. I got a piece of that. Yeah, they did give him credit. They did give him credit for it. Yeah.
Well, the Red Wings' first shot came just past the halfway point in this period.
Dogged work by Datsyuk in the defensive part of the game. Boy, oh boy. I don't know that there's a guy better, really.
Nice play right there by Tarasenko in Datsyuk-like fashion to keep control of it. To the line to Pietrangelo. Tarasenko after it again. Abdelkader. He couldn't get out, then around to Kaiser. Turning with it is Schwartz. took a shot in front. That hit Laterra. Here's Tarasenko with a good fake to the middle. Oh, and a nice stick work there. Danny DeKeyser clearing that puck away.
Pretty good creative play by Schwartz and Tarasenko again. Two we talked about in the open, boy. Yeah, they something else. Fans love it here.
And that line that's out there, Schwartz, Tarasenko, and Laterra for the Blues, called the STL line, obviously, for St. Louis, and it was buzzing right there. Oh, big collision. Glendening on Reeves. Doesn't matter that Reeves is much bigger. Glendening won't care about that. As the fourth line for the Blues, Lapierre took a shot through, and Mrazek able to hang on. So the fourth line crashing and banging for both teams here. Back in a moment.
8:04 to go, first period, no score, but boy, lots of action that last shift, especially in these two young guys we looked at, Tarasenko and Schwartz. Watch Tarasenko get the puck right in the middle here, and he's going to stutter step, boom, come to the middle, try to make the play over here, bang, and Danny DeKeyser, after recovering in front, makes a cover-up play on Pietrangelo, the defenseman, to save an excellent scoring chance. And boy, only one shot for Detroit, only 4 for St. Louis, but a lot going on out there. And two teams that like to light it up pretty good, at least create chances.
Maybe you saw the mouse under Schwartz's nose there. Took a puck up in the face the other game against Edmonton. Lead pass for Weiss. He's onside. Halkinen couldn't catch up to it. Halkinen's playing look-alike is in the building tonight. Brett Hull.
Saw Brett and his wife come in just as I was coming upstairs.
Brett Hull, a member of the St. Louis Blues front office. Always great to see Brett. Puck bouncing down. Mrazek holding on to that for a face-off. Well, Peter Mrazek has had some terrific success against the Blues, and so have many of the Red Wings, in fact. Let's take a look at our Flag Star Bank Star Watch. Pavel Datsyuk, 74 points. Henrik Zetterberg with 66. Most against St. Louis. And Peter Mrazek, 2-0 in his career. In the short success he's had. Alex Pietrangelo as it's tipped through. Oshie trying to go after it. Doesn't have the step that he normally would. Zetterberg with a good defensive play, and Abdelkader's got it.
He is really laboring.
Oshie?
Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised he's playing.
I am too.
He's trying to get to the puck now.
Yeah.
Again, he was hit in the Edmonton game.
And skating's his calling card too. Yeah, he looks like he's really very close to being on the limp almost.
Quincy Zetterberg had to straddle the line to stay on side, and the Blues weren't sure whether Steve Ott could go tonight because he's been down with the flu, but boy, he sure put the body into Ouellette. He was feeling fine to do that.
Yeah, he did. Well, in Oshie's point, you got to be careful. The wounded bear, boy.
Yeah.
Be dangerous. He's good enough to be out there. He's good enough to beat you.
Ryan Elliott moved it. He's only been tested once in this first period. Ouellette with a good pass finds Nyquist. Nyquist, little stutter step carrying in. He had what turned out to be the winning goal in Buffalo. Ouellette will tip one in back of the goal. And hit the referee Lecuyer. And again. And then Tatar held down his man. A late call, but Lecuyer is going to make it.
Yeah.
Tatar will argue it, but off the turnover more often than not, they'll call it regardless.
It's a late call because Riley Shane was going to the net with a grade A scoring chance. If not, he probably doesn't call it. Wrapped his arms around him, that's the problem. But see, the St. Louis player fell down. That's his argument, and he's got a good one. But with Riley Shane going to the net for a quality scoring chance, it's hard not to make that call.
Tatar's had some bad luck of late. It was over the glass early in the game, the other game, and then the giveaway, although he made up for it with a goal the other night. That was in Buffalo, the third goal of that game.
Yeah.
But he's leading the Red Wings in goals with 17. Now the Red Wings try to kill off his penalty. Some trouble with it at the point over there for Steen. Moving in is Kevin Shattenkirk as Oshie backs him up. It comes for TJ Oshie at the left point. Shattenkirk put it toward the goal. Kronwall knocked it down. Glendening tried to get it out, just couldn't. Then Glendening stayed with it, and this time gets at the length of the ice.
What a
as
job.
the Red Wings change up the penalty-killing unit.
What a job these guys have done. Well, we talked about on the top special teams, but this penalty kill has been, I don't want to jinx it, but it has been really, really good. It's been dynamite. And then Denning's been right in the middle of most of it. And Denning and Miller.
So the Blues working with the power play, best in the league at 25%. Here's Tarasenko goes across. And a shot by Shattenkirk up and out of play. And you mentioned how good the Red Wing penalty killing has been. Look at these numbers, and they may astound you, actually. Last season and this season, Pavel Datsyuk and Henrik Zetterberg just over 8 minutes combined all year. Look, after 43 games, last season, Pavel had played just 35, but he killed nearly 30 minutes of penalty killing time. Zetterberg over 20 minutes this year.
Yep.
4 each. Big save by Mrazek.
Sure was.
As they're fresher for power play and even strength. Here's Glendening. A shot went high.
You can thank Helm, Miller, Anderson, and Glendening, the main four right there. Riley Sheehan's done a little bit of it too. This is the progression of your young middle people on your hockey team that you have to have. Here's that save by Mrazek, and the rebound just jumped off Berglund's stick, and Berglund's been has he been dangerous against Detroit over the last couple of years.
Yes, he has.
Big guy, 6'4", 6'5", big reach. But getting back to that penalty kill, I mean, these guys have just been dynamite in their work ethic, and a lot of it is pressuring the puck, trying to create problems before a team even gets started if they can.
And a lot of teams do use their stars to kill penalties, and as we showed you, the Red Wings had done that in the past, but now have the luxury not to have to do that.
And don't forget that the goaltending has been excellent.
Yes.
Starting with Jimmy Howard, who's gone for 3 weeks or so. And there, as they say, you like to have your goaltender be your best penalty killer. And
back to the point for Steen. Couldn't one-time it. And Jimmy Howard was the top 5 in penalty kill save percentage in the National Hockey League before he got hurt. Loose puck grabbed here by Pietrangelo. For Oshie. Lifted the stick by Miller. And then blocked there by DeKeyser. Then pinballed off Miller. Came free here for Anderson.
Funny bounces, eh?
Out of the box is Tatar. Fanned on the shot. Gets it back, though. Leaves it there for Brendan Smith. Smith with a good move. Smoothly through into the slot. Tatar, and a save by Elliott. Rebound as Smith had a whack at that puck. Datsyuk gets slashed at there by Steen. Keeps control of it. Left it there for Smith to Tatar. Back in front for Zetterberg. Brendan Smith on it. Pavel Datsyuk's got it. Cross rink. Ouellette. Blocked by Oshie. If he wasn't hurt before, that'll sting him. Here's Zetterberg. Back for Ouellette. Shot sailed wide of the goal. Blues were under siege. They'll get a change. Moved quickly by Mrazek. As the Red Wings get a change going themselves. Kronwall across. Datsyuk is up. Oh, and that was close.
Ooh, yeah, it was. It didn't look offside, and we're right up the blue line here at the Scott Trade Center.
You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
This game break is brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Rangers and Bruins second period. Boston up 1 until MSU product Torrey Krug sets up David Krejci out in front for the redirect. Bruins up 2-0 late in the second. Still no score in St. Louis as we send it back to Ken and Mick.
Thank you. And Stephen Weiss's former junior team, the Plymouth Whalers, the first Ontario Hockey League U.S.-based franchise, will be moving out of Plymouth to Flint. The U.S. National Team Development Program, and USA Hockey will be moving into Plymouth. So some changes coming there. And the Blues are offside.
Yeah, big changes, for sure. It's been quite an address in Plymouth for the Whalers for a long time, and that USA program, a wonderful program.
USA Hockey based in Colorado, and the U.S. National Team Development Program from Ann Arbor moving into Plymouth.
Ralph Nielsen, who is a friend of the Red Wing alumni, is going to be in the middle of that franchise up in Flint with that old Pirani Arena and all that stuff, and we wish them well up there.
Yeah. Tatar back to get it. For De Kaiser.
The linesman.
Not easy.
That was a linesman holler like De Kaiser just missed
Yes. That's where the communication comes in handy. Look out, I'm here.
it. Yeah. What are you doing?
That
Don't
pass
hit me.
too far for Adlocator, and the Blues will take over. Pietrangelo on defense along with Bouwmeester for St. Louis. Pietrangelo a +8 the month of January. He was -15. Some of that had to do with Bouwmeester being injured for a bit.
Oh, look out. Jeez. Dangerous. Head first. Accidentally. Eriksson going in. He looks okay.
Bouwmeester with it, who had his consecutive game streak snapped. And it was a long one, too. 737 consecutive games, 5th most all time, until he missed 8 with a groin problem.
Well, skating's his card.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Going after it is Anderson, with Miller trailing. Oshie able to get it past Miller for Steen. Back to Barrett Jackman. Knocked away to the line, covering up his Backus. And a shot all the way through that Mrazek will hold on to. Well, you can build your Red Wings 5-game combo presented by Little Caesars. You'll get tickets to 5 Wings games, a free hot and ready pizza, Red Wings car flag, and a ticket to the MSU Michigan game for as low as $195. Ticket executives are standing by at 313-471-7575 to call right now.
And after being on the road for 6 straight, this number 6, they go home for 3. The hottest team in the league, Nashville, Saturday night at the Joe.
But without their goaltender, Pekka Rinne, who's out for 3 to 5 weeks. Saved by Mrazek, kicked that aside.
That changed directions.
Back to get it is Tarasenko. Stolen here, in alone, and Weiss couldn't bury it.
Wow.
What an opportunity for Stephen Weiss for his first point in 7.
Missed the net.
Mrazek with the save off Tarasenko. Point shot off a leg. And out of play.
Boy, oh boy, Ken Hitchcock won't be happy about this turnover. Tarasenko right there. And Stephen Weiss, I don't think the defenseman or the goalie got a piece of this. This shot by Tarasenko, 100% upper body strength. And Mrazek had trouble with it. Wow. And Stephen Weiss won't be happy with himself that he wasn't able to find the back of the net on that best scoring chance for the Red Wings, I'd say, in the period.
5 goals, 12 points in 20 games for Weiss. But nothing of late. Seconds ticking down. A shot, save Mrazek. Tatar getting one over to Sheahan. Shot glanced off a leg and wide. As the first period here in St. Louis comes to a close, the Red Wings managed just 2 shots to 9 for the Blues. Our Ram intermission report, Brendan Smith, who nearly scrapped, was Steve Ott, who will guest with Trevor Thompson and Chris Osgood, Darren Elliott, and Mickey York in our studio.
Back live, St. Louis, no score, first period, 9 shots for the Blues, only 2 for the Red Wings on Allen, so they need to pick that up in the second period. But we got a couple of young hotshot stars in this game, one on each team, and for the Blues, it's Vladimir Tarasenko. Look at this goal against New Jersey. Boy, oh boy, that is stick handling, and this one we're going to show you against the New York Rangers and Lundqvist. Boy, is this a dandy. Henrik Zetterberg moves like that, so he can do it in different ways. Big upper body strength for 23-year-old Vladimir Tarasenko and 25-year-old Gus Nyquist against Tampa Bay last year. What a goal this was. Ben Bishop is still wondering how in the heck did he do it? As you look at it again, and Nyquist doggedly stays with it and finishes up beauty. 2 young stars in the game here tonight, Nyquist and Tarasenko.
The Red Wings scored the first goal at Buffalo. For the first time in 9 games, they scored first. So looking for the first goal in this game tonight, and especially against St. Louis. Catch-up hockey, tough hockey for sure. But the Red Wings have not had a lot of shots. You can see the last 2 periods from the third at Buffalo and the first period tonight. Meantime, the last 4 periods, the Blues have allowed just 17 shots on goal. So like Detroit, very good defensively.
You got to wonder if these numbers are right. It says Nyquist only played 3 minutes and 2 seconds in the first period. Not very much.
And he's fresh.
Right?
He's ready to go
and he's
there.
fresh. Tarasenko was 6:07. Wow.
Brought on here by Jay Bouwmeester.
Penalties maybe do that, eh?
Yep.
They don't get that ice time with that second line of Shane and Tatar, and Tatar himself was in. That screwed up one of the shifts.
Bouwmeester stepped into Abdelkader as Jaden Schwartz is back to get it. Ken Hitchcock saying he loves Jaden Schwartz's moral compass, meaning he plays the right way like Henrik Zetterberg does. Carried through, Mrazek stayed with it, and Laterra just sent it wide. This Blues line that out there now has been their best of late. Out against the Nyquist unit with Shane and Tatar. Nyquist couldn't gather it back in. Played back at the line by Tarasenko, nowhere near Schwartz. Quincy pumped it along for Danny DeKeyser. DeKeyser off Nyquist. He'll go after the puck, turning as Carl Gunnarsson, who came over from the Maple Leafs in a deal for Roman Polak. Tatar's got it. Had to work around the official skates in there. Tough to get around that. Frederic Lecuyer not getting out of the way.
Don't think he didn't let him know either.
Shattenkirk from across center will shoot it in and go off in a change. Brendan Smith wheeling one around for Xavier Ouellet. Oh, look out! Polkinen just got his head up as Barrett Jackman was coming to nail him.
Oh, boy, you got to have your compass out there, baby.
Here's Jackman turning in his own zone. A goal and 12 points in the season for Jackman. Ouellet plays one for Helm, got his head up, and he got interfered with, never touched the puck.
Really? And a bit of a high stick to boot.
Ian Cole came in to hit him, and the puck is deflected up and out of play. Faceoff will stay in St. Louis territory.
Well, I wonder if Mr. Hitchcock said, boys, we need to run at these guys in white a little bit. Come on, let's get them off their game. At two attempts at taking your head off here in the first 3 minutes of the second period. Ken Hitchcock was born at night, but not last night. He knows what's going on. And he knows how to beat you.
And coached in the IHL, Michigan, Kalamazoo.
He told me tonight,
Wings.
he said, this team in St. Louis here is like a team I had in Philadelphia. We had some run and gun. You never know what you're going to get. If it works, it's great. If it doesn't, boy, you lose sleep about it every night. And he said, you can't afford to do that. You gotta go with it. If it doesn't work, And he's changed his coaching philosophy over the years. He was really strictly defensive for a long time.
Yeah, Brett Hull could attest to that. For sure. Abdelkader with a good turn. Looks in front. He had Zetterberg coming on the near side of the goal. And the pass knocked away. Datsuk trying to dig it free. Just off his stick. Oshie played one over for David Backes. Backes has been on a great roll with multiple points in 4 consecutive games for the first time in his career. He was the first star in the NHL last week, was David Backes. Abdelkader rink wide, and that went into the Red Wing bench. Good thing their heads are up.
was moving fast over there.
Sure was. As Datsuk couldn't knock that puck down. While we have a moment, let's check in with your local Toyota dealer's scouting report on the best records versus the opposing conference, and Detroit versus the West, and the Blues versus the East. I'd say that's even.
Something's got to break there.
You think? Maybe.
With the shootout, yeah.
Boy, and the Blues are in tough, too, and that division they're in with Nashville, whom the Red Wings will meet next, and Chicago. And St. Louis in third with 57 points in the Central. Nashville leads with 62. There's a shot, and a save made off Steve Ott.
Big turnover there for Ott.
Here's Glendening. That shot went high. Second one he's had over top of the goal here tonight. Boy, and you mentioned Steve Ott and that deal along with Ryan Miller where they got Ott, and St. Louis without a first-round pick this year. That went the other way to Buffalo. Well, the Sabres will be loading up in their rebuild. That missed everybody, and it will result in icing against Detroit. So we've talked where St. Louis is in the tough Central in the West. Let's bring you the East, and where the Red Wings are third, Mick, in the Atlantic.
Yeah, and there's the teams you want to be looking at right here. Florida, 2 games in hand, 6 points back. The Rangers, boy, they've been red hot. Toronto Maple Leafs have lost a couple in a row. That's good for Detroit. Rangers and Boston. Boston was winning tonight last time I looked. So you look and say, boy, we're only about 3 or 4 from the top, but you're also only 3 or 4 from out of the playoffs. So that is true parity in the NHL.
Yeah. Schwartz to the line. Shattenkirk a shot, and Mrazek got a piece of that and up into the netting again. And a face-off will stay in the Detroit zone.
You know what it tells you, Ken, is that if you have a good or a bad week, you can really put yourself in big trouble, or you can put yourself in a comfortable place at the All-Star break, which is next week. Not a lot of traffic to the front of the net there. They wish they had more.
The Red Wings with 3 at home, 3 in a row at the Joe, with Nashville and Buffalo and Minnesota. Put it right through the crease.
Wow.
Nice little play and no one there to tap it home, and it was Shattenkirk who made the play, and then it goes offside. And at the St. Louis line, they waited for Mrazek to get a little off balance to Shattenkirk and threw one right back in front, but no Blue was home to tap it in from the Blue.
Well, he made a nice move on the far boards, and then watch this, right into the feet of Schwartz. He's there, came right past him, went off his left skate with Kronwall all over him, and that was a wide open net.
Boy, between Shattenkirk and Bouwmeester, who doesn't put up a lot of points as Bouwmeester, but Shattenkirk's always on the rush. And Mrazek well out to hold on to that one.
And a nice job to sponge it up and not let a rebound go too. Easy though when you've got nobody around in front of you to block your vision. Well, that's one of the things the Red Wings would like to get more of, Ken, is the defense joining the rush.
Quincy backhanded it off the glass. Pulkkinen's out there with Helm, and Weiss who fires one, and it's blocked by Ian Cole. And then gloved by Brian Elliott as Pulkkinen was searching for it. But Elliott got it, and remember, he missed some time this year, did Elliott. 14 games to injury. Marty Brodeur came on board, and now speaking with Doug Armstrong, the Blues general manager, Marty Brodeur's been given a week off to head home and think about his future, because Elliott's healthy now, and with Jake Allen, Brian Elliott, the Blues don't really need a third goaltender. They would carry 3 if Marty wants to return.
You gotta wonder with Rene and Nashville getting hurt, whether Nashville pick him up for some security. And I'll tell you what, all the people in St. Louis couldn't be happier that they've had Martin Brodeur here. It is unbelievable. They said when he got on that plane with them, the first smiling, jumping like a kid, really enjoying life. He's just not ready to quit yet. And he's had a great career. We know that. And let's hope that it's not over for him, that he does go somewhere if it doesn't work out here.
Well, Minnesota, whom the Red Wings will meet at Joe Louis Arena, just acquired Evan Dubnyk in a deal. They've had goaltending issues. So, yeah, you're right about Nashville. They're going to go with Carter Hutton, and we'll see him at Joe Louis Arena. Blues are offside as they carry in a collision at the Red Wing line. As Pavel Datsyuk and Steen. Is Steen hurt? That would be bad news for the Blues. Alexander Steen, who had a career-best 33 goals last year.
He's not getting up.
13 this year, and on a 7-game point streak. Steen with 5 goals and 13 points his past 7 games.
Let's have a look and see what happened here. Did skates get hooked up? See, they're both looking the other way. Oh, gosh. Wow. It's an accidental slew foot, if you will. Watch Datsuk's right leg. He's not even looking. Oh, my goodness. That is one of the dangerous plays in hockey, when you get clipped in the back end like that and go down hard because you're not expecting it and you can't protect yourself going down.
Gunnarsson with a long stretch pass that's deflected. And Mrazek came out and played it. So it'll be another face-off coming up. St. Louis Blues, who are 6-2 their past 8 games. They had a couple of 1-goal losses at Nashville and Anaheim. But other than that, they've won 6 of their past 8 and 5 straight. This all follows a time when they couldn't win. They had gone through 6 of 7 losses prior to that. So the Blues back in a roll now, and Tarasenko, a big part of that, put it back to the line. And a shot deflected and just wide of the goal. Tarasenko shoveled one in behind for Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz put it back to the line, but out of reach. Schwartz wearing number 17 in honor of his sister Mandy. After a long battle with leukemia, had passed away. Mandy was a star at Yale. Great hockey player. That's why Jaden wears number 17 for his sister. Long pass as they reach for it in the Red Wing bench, but not over. So a stop in play. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Fedorov carries in, drops Datsuk. Across the shot. Scores! There it is! 700 for Brett Hull! Sixth player to get there, and there's Brett Hull, Executive Vice President of the St. Louis Blues, Hockey Hall of Fame.
Not many knew how to get open without the puck than Brett Hull. Mike Bossy way back in the early 80s with the Islanders, and Brett Hull was unbelievable for all those years here in St. Louis with Adam Oates. And then in Detroit for the Cup run. Fun to watch.
Talking to Pavel Datsuk about Brett this morning. And Pavel was first learning the English language, as Tarasenko has done well with St. Louis.
I'm sure Brett taught him really well.
Oh, he did. I said, what did he teach you first? And Pavel told me, Brett, what he taught me first, give me the puck. That's what he taught him first.
Yeah.
And he wasn't kidding either.
Go to your forehand, not your backhand.
That's right. That's right. I'm over here. Find me. That puck's up and out of play. Face-off coming outside the Red Wing line. Some more numbers from Brett Hull. And you know what, Mick? I know we talk about Teemu Pulkkinen, the right-hand shot, and as we say, he may never score like Brett Hull, but the way he fires and even looks a little like him,
Look at
doesn't he?
this here. Look at this. 11 seasons, 527 goals. You do the math. I mean, that's almost 50 goals a year.
That's just with St. Louis.
I know. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The goals he scored here with the Blues, unbelievable. Well, one year, what do you have, 86?
Yep.
Something like that. Gretzky ended up with 92 was his best.
Yep. And it's funny, when they traded for Gretzky, he and Hull never meshed. Remember they made that deal in Gretzky to go with Hull, and they just never really worked together. Sometimes that happens. You think two greats can do it. It's not always that easy. Pulkkinen's out there now with Weiss and Helm, brought in here by Berglund. Fine Swedish player. He led the NHL in shooting percentage last year. That shot glanced off the leg of Helm, and Berglund tied up Pulkkinen. Back of the net for Stastny. Stastny's dad and his uncle Jan both played here with St. Louis. Stastny grew up here. Berglund in behind for Joachim Lidstrom. Knocked down by Berglund. In for Stastny. And over the stick of Shattenkirk. Brought back in offside as the Red Wings were changing. Pulkkinen going to the bench as Helm brought it back in.
Not a good shift for
The
Detroit.
college hockey rivalry returns to the Joe January 30th with the annual MSU-Michigan Duel in the D. Tickets start at $15, and Little Caesars Family 4-pack start at just $44. For tickets, 313-471-7575. Call right now. Ticket executives are standing by. Mrazek slowed it down. Kronwall tried to nudge it past. David Backes put it up the near boards, but Abdelkader was there, had to come back to him, and he sends Zetterberg on his way, crossing with Datsuk, who straddled the line to stay on side. David Backes with it. Moved by Bouwmeester. Played back into skates, though, but a good play to keep it alive by Oshie. Pavel Datsuk tried to work through two Blues, couldn't back. It's the shot. Grabbed by Mrazek.
Oh, boy, that was a flash of the hand, I'll tell you. One of the best chances the Blues have had in this game. This is their fourth or fifth shot, I don't know unofficially yet in this period. And totals of 13-3 for St. Louis so far. Good wrist shot by Backes and a quick flash of the leather by Mrazek.
Backes, who scored 4 consecutive goals at Arizona. The first St. Louis Blue to do that since Brett Hull in the mid-90s. Backes' second career 4-goal game. The other was against the Red Wings back in 2009.
He's played well against Detroit. Very physical most of the time.
Off the draw right to Tarasenko. Quincy got out to block that.
Draws were half apiece, 50-50 in the first period.
Wide edge and shots for the St. Louis Blues. And you can see the season average pretty close, but not tonight. The Blues allowed just 15 the other night for the entire game against Edmonton, so they're going the same way tonight.
Remember, it wasn't long ago. They led the league 3 or 4 in a row with only 20, 21 shots against per game. And they were number 1 for a while.
Smith cleared it ahead. Played out at center and knocked down by Ouellette and back in. To the far side, Cole. Off Schwartz.
Easy icing.
Yep. As we approach the halfway point in this hockey game. Well, Peter Mrazek made his NHL debut in this building in St. Louis, and he was victorious. We take you back to February of 2013, February 7th to be exact. 26 saves for Peter Mrazek that night in a 5-1 Red Wings victory.
Well, that was the run that Detroit was on to try to scramble to make the playoffs. Part of that.
And at the end of last year, when the Red Wings were in for a 23rd consecutive season, Mrazek blanked the Blues in here. Lead pass, Kronwall, an 80-footer onto Datsyuk. Gains the line, drops it back. Zetterberg in, shoots. Knocked down, Backus getting in front as captain on captain. And the Blues send it down the ice. Kronwall going as slowly as he possibly can.
Join Blues players, coaches, and other VIPs.
And it will result
It's a
in
veteran. He got away with it. He got a little respect for
You got to have a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
Just go slowly enough.
Pavel Datsyuk a moment ago sets up. Zetterberg ends up with the puck, and he probably wishes, you see Zetterberg cutting in behind here, that he lets it go immediately, but he didn't. He held onto it, and bang, it hits the defenseman, doesn't even get to the net.
De Keyser moved in to keep it in. Near steal there by Sheahan. Lead pass blocked away by Quincy, up and out of play. So we're 11 seconds past the halfway point in this game. Well, Ken Hitchcock, Mike Babcock, close buddies. We'll hear from Hitch on Babs next.
I have no hesitation calling him about a team in the East that he's played. And he gives you the pointed information, and I try to do the same thing. So, you know, there's an in-season professional relationship, and then there's an off-season personal relationship.
2 gold medals, Stanley Cups, 2 great hockey minds who don't mind sharing.
Great respect for each other.
They like to call it R&D, research and development. No, they call it rob and do. Take from one.
Yeah, steal it from somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, there's even parity in the coaching ranks. This will be icing against Detroit. Face-off will come back. Well, they've known each other for so long, and that's why you get these 2 coaches, even the end game. Each knows what the other's going to do.
Pretty much.
In the game. There's not really, you know.
Look at that list. Al Arbour, Scotty Bowman, holy jumping. Joel Quenneville still going in Chicago. Dick Irvin from Montreal Canadiens, and Hitchcock, and the former Pat Quinn, who we just lost.
Yeah.
Great names right there, boy.
Tied with Pat Quinn for 5th is Ken Hitchcock. Puck's knocked away, and it's loose here for Lindstrom. Lindstrom circling the goal, but he couldn't wrap it around. Came back to the point. Coverage up there was done well by Pokinen. Here's a chance. Stastny went cross crease. Berglund missed it. Shattenkirk faked the shot. Back into Patrick Berglund. Open is Stastny. Skate the stick. Back to the line, but out of reach. Shattenkirk will go back.
You got to feel bad for Pulkin. He hasn't played but 2 minutes in the first period. It's about his 3rd shift here. We're almost halfway. We're past the halfway point of the second. The poor guy with penalties didn't get a good start. Now it's hard to get in.
He just needs to. He hasn't hit the net. I mean, his shots have gone wide, just off target. Had 3 couple of games ago.
The goalpost the other night in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to get ice time.
Yeah.
And he's got to get some power play time. They'd like him with that right-hand shot playing the point back there.
Mishandled at center, allowing Drew Miller to bring it in. Miller's got some help. The shot, blocker to side. Glendening a backhand. And Elliott's got it on the side of the net, and he'll hold on.
Okie dokie. Steve Otten Anderson, you can talk about that Teemu Pulkkinen goalpost. It went off the defenseman's stick here. I mean, it was a rocket. And Neuberg had no idea. I mean, it was on his right side, but cranked off that post. Watch the stick right there. One hopper. Had him beat cleanly. No cigar, Timo. You got a timeout? Or just a line change, okay? Shots very, very imbalanced right now. 13-5, St. Louis.
Abdelkader stationed in front of the goal. Cronwall tried to wrap it around. Zetterberg turning. Tipped in again into the netting. How many have we had go up there tonight?
It's interesting. You can see when you get the white netting, you see the puck go in there a whole lot easier. Like the net moves than a black netting. Cromwell tries to stuff her. I said that about the shots being so out of whack. 13-5. We've seen it go the other way where Detroit's been all over another team, and don't you know the other team scores first?
That's right. TJ Oshie, Mr. Shootout. Abdelkader. Dwyer trying to get out of the way. That's why you're a referee. You got to be a great skater. This game happens so fast.
And he's going backwards there. Now, I don't know if we can take a look at that or not. I mean, he looked like a figure skater. He's picking him up and laying him down and getting the heck out of the way. And at the same time, watch it. Watch it. Oh, no. And you got guys screaming at you. You got to get out of here.
And that's, and there's so many players who play, whether it be the East Coast League or college hockey, who may not make it to the professional level. But the officials program now is so good. They're looking for players who are good skaters who want to continue in the game of hockey to become officials. And that's what they really need. There's always a life after it.
There's the most important thing to me for a referee is that he's played the game and understands the game.
Yeah.
And the body language of what's going on out there. That's really important.
There are many programs set up for hockey players to go train to be officials. You have a great career out of it. And skating's such a big part of it. Long shot in. Quincy. Fired in.
A little bit of antsiness going on here in the building. Eh? You can feel it. Look at this.
Centered all alone, and Tatar sent it wide. Nyquist set him up beautiful. Yes, because despite the wide edge and shots, and still 13 isn't a whole lot, you can see why the fans are a little antsy here. The Blues have done very well in this building. They've won their last 4 in here, and a point in 12 of their past 13 here at the Scottrade Center. Here's Pulkkinen shooting. Oh, and it squeaked through.
Oh. Wow.
Just off the left post. Pulkkinen nearly had his first, and I don't know if he would have seen it go in. This will be icing against St. Louis.
Boy, we'll be looking at this one again.
Teemu Pulkkinen came that close to his first.
He's seen lots of this stuff happen. When you score goals at the pace that he does, he just ripped it. Let her go quickly before the defenseman got on him. Nice little play by Stephen Weiss on the outside, and that baby went through the body and just trickled wide of the goalpost. You got to let that puck go quickly. You know the defenseman's closing on you, and that's good sense by Pulkkinen right there, and it almost paid off for him. Oh.
St. Louis has called timeout. How will Ken Hitchcock handle his team here? He doesn't look like a happy coach.
Well, the Red Wings the last 2 or 3 shifts have had the Blues in, and he's going, guys, come on. I mean, come on, look at what's going on here. We're out shooting them, but the momentum's on their side right now. Let's get your heads in a place that it's supposed to be and get going here.
It just looks like frustration. He's not saying a lot.
And Tatar to set up by Nyquist here. See nobody home. That's one of the things he's lamenting. Now that angle there shows it like it's almost hit the post. It really didn't. It was wider than that. Missed by a good foot. But nobody home in front of the goaltender. That's not a good thing if you're a coach. You wonder what the heck happened, guys. Where's the breakdown?
Tatar with 17 goals, 2 shy of his 19 of last year, which was second to Gus Nyquist. Played through to Datsuk. And a piece maybe by Elliott. Datsuk centering one. Quincy moved in. Oh, Elliott had to be quick there.
You know what just happened here, too, is the Blues made a line change on the fly to get David Backes out on the ice, who Ken Hitchcock wants against Datsuk. That's his plan. Datsuk and company won a bit of the draw. Then it got turned over, but back came the Wings immediately to get that scoring chance again.
Tatar with Sheahan and Nyquist. Nyquist has it. 1 goal behind Tatar for the team lead with 16 for Nyquist. Tatar back of the net. Chased there by Stastny. Into the slot. Nyquist a shot. And that was knocked away. Good keeping at the line by Jonathan Ericsson. Feathered through by Nyquist. Now to Tatar to Nyquist. Nyquist and a backhand shot. Sheahan a stab at it. And reaching out, grabbed by Elliott.
But the timeout hasn't worked so far. Wow.
It's time for the Buckeye Blue Zone.
It remains scoreless. 5:41 to go here in St. Louis. Blues out shooting the Red Wings badly, though.
This game break is brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Lightning hosting the Oilers. Early third, Oilers up 2-1, but that's when Andre Palat scores on the rebound to tie the game up at 2. And Nick, back to you in St. Louis.
Well, I wonder if Luke Glendening, when he began his first of 4 seasons at the University of Michigan as a walk-on, his final 2 years as captain, then time in the East Coast League, thought, boy, one day I'm going to play 100 games in the NHL. I'm not sure, but congrats to Luke tonight, game 100. And such a big part of the team. Penalty coming here to St. Louis. Holding call.
Well, once again, it's Darren Helm moving his feet. It's the second time tonight that he's drawn a penalty against the Blues because he's moving his feet, kept going and kept going. Jackman all over. He reached out and grabbed him just for a split second, and the referee, though, was right within 5 feet. And Jackman's going, come on. It was a love tap. Come on. Yeah, but it broke up a play.
So the Red Wings go to a Bell-Tire power play 0 for 1 tonight. Didn't get a shot on the first one. Here's Tatar poking and lined up on the other side. Save made and off the post. As Polkinen's out there with DeKeyser, so the Red Wings have that right-hand shot playing the left side at a better angle as Polkinen's got it around Backes and moves it for DeKeyser. Into the skates of Thomas Tatar, who gets it here to Polkinen now on the right side for DeKeyser. Sheahan, Tatar back in front, and it was past Weiss and out of the zone.
If I'm Polkinen, I'm not going off. he said, oh, I guess I better. I don't want to get in bad stead with the coach.
Here comes Datsuk, getting it over to Zetterberg. Wide of the net for Elliott. Loose puck the other way. Stastny a lift of the stick on Nyquist. Oshie up with him. Oshie in the shot, and a save by Mrazek. Another shot. This one wide of the goal. And Stastny tying it up behind the goal. Zetterberg back in. Nyquist let it go, and the Blues come back the other way. Here's Berglund. Slap shot. Mrazek stopped that. Turning is Schwartz. Jaden Schwartz out front himself. Got knocked down. And that shot goes high.
Detroit's got to get going here.
There's Pietrangelo, the defenseman, moved in. So the Blues have done a nice job penalty killing. 19th best penalty kill in the league against the 3rd best power play. Bouwmeester ties up the applicator. Puck's loose. Polkinen back out. Mishandled, but got it through. Helm went back to the line with it. Here's Jonathan Ericsson as the penalty is now over. Quincy, the shot to the goal, a save made. Rebound, Polkinen, shot blocked. Polkinen's got it again. Ericsson, the shot, hit a leg in front, deflected wide. Helm ties it up. Fired by Backus. Down ice, no icing. 3 to go in period 2. Red Wings within 5 shots now. Pokinen went to shoot it. Got tied up. Allowed Backus to break free with Tarasenko. Backus on the wing is right in. Save made. Another save. Oh, 2 great stops by Peter Mrazek. The second on Jaden Schwartz.
That's good stuff at both ends of the ice, boy. She's opened up with just minutes to go here in the second period. Backus with a couple. This one by Oshie, who rips it off a defenseman and in. Got the rebound on the backhand. Patrick Berglund with high off the shoulder of Mrazek, shorthanded. And then the defenseman, Pietrangelo. Boy, oh boy. And then Backus again. And Tarasenko and Schwartz on that rebound. So, holy mackerel, 17-10 now. Shots on goal for St. Louis. And she's opened up after that Red Wing power play. And Pulkkinen may have learned a little lesson there, Ken. You can't take that long to shoot the puck inside the offensive blue line, boy. It resulted in a 3-on-1.
Miller's got it across center. In goes Anderson. Taken to the boards by Shattenkirk. Drew Miller tries to move around Gunnarsson. Miller to the slot to Glendening and a backhander pinball to the line for Brendan Smith to Miller. Anderson back of the goal looking for his first. Joachim Anderson will try the other way out front. Hit a stick and deflected wide. Glendening off the kick plate now to Smith. Smith with a little fake. Tipped in front of the goal. Saved by Elliott. Miller too far for Glendening. In comes Ouellette. And the stab of the puck by Glendening got it through to Miller. Miller looked at front. Save made. Rebound.
Yes.
Is it in?
Yes.
It's gone. Anderson's got his first of the year. And it's 1-0 Red Wings. Every Red Wing forward's got a goal this year now, and a huge one for Joachim Anderson. Makes it 1-0.
Well, nobody really realized the puck was in until I wonder if it was Miller or Anderson or Glendening. No, it's Miller right there. He knew it was in, was the first guy to know it. And what a shift by this so-called fourth line. Holy smoke. Wow. Short side jammed by him right there. Now that puck was already in, I think. It was already gotten by the goaltender, but it didn't matter. The whistle didn't go. And that is an incredible shift by the fourth line. And the Red Wings indeed have taken the lead.
Wow. On their 12th shot of the game at 18:04. Wow. Abdelkader, drop back. Oh, what a stop on Zetterberg by Elliott.
Oh, goodness. Oh. Holy jumping jeepers. What are you going to do with that?
That was just 12 seconds later.
Oh. Nice play by Abdelkader. He's been sharp all night long. Jumped by Bouwmeester. Wow.
Both are going offsetting penalties coming up.
Oshie and Zetterberg. So we'll go 4-4. See if the ref's mic works. Did he say embellishment? I couldn't hardly hear that. I think, was it Oshie? Yeah, Oshie got interference to Zetterberg and embellishment to Oshie. Wow. Minute 42 to go in the second period.
Interference and embellishment.
Oh my God!
Your name goes on the list.
I can't believe he called that embellishment.
You're on the diving list now. Although
it's a brutal call, the Red Wings will take it.
The league can rescind that one.
Yeah, but they can't change the situation.
No, they can't change the situation. Right.
They'll change that one. I'll guarantee you, he doesn't go on the list for that call.
Get on the list too many times, you'll be fined for embellishment, diving, trying to show up the referees. New ruling put in place this year. Gus Nyquist of the Red Wings has already been fined. The first time you're warned, and then the fine starts. So, 4-on-4 hockey here. The Red Wings in a 1-0 lead on the Joachim Anderson goal. Miller and Glendening assisting at 18:04. An even strength goal for the Red Wings. Save made, rebound. Scores! Tatar! It's 2-0.
Well, he picked that baby right off the left pad of Allen. Riley Sheahan, Thomas Tatar on a 4-on-4. Tatar's had a couple of chances tonight. Riley Sheahan with a great shift right here. Sets it all up. Eriksson the screen shot off the pad. Juicy rebound. Tatar up over the pad to make it 2-0. Wow, back-to-back goals just like that. And only 55 seconds left in the second period. Nice move by Tatar. Showing wonderful hands in tight to get it up.
So Tatar, who sent one wide earlier in this period.
18th of the year for Tatar. Wow. Been a good second half of this period by the Red Wings for sure. That's why Hitchcock called the timeout. It obviously didn't work. And Detroit should get out of this period with a 2-0 lead. Wow.
Assisted by number 52, Jonathan Eriksson, and number 15, Riley Sheahan.
50 seconds between the goals.
Tatar, assisted by Eriksson.
Looking for another one as Nyquist had it glance wide. So Tatar gets the goal. His team leading 18th. One behind his total all of last season. And 29th point for Tatar. Here's a final chance for Steen that went wide. So I would think, as the Red Wings have narrowed the shots after a first period where the Red Wings had just 2. After 2, they're 17-15. And look at Riley Sheahan.
Look what
without a
happened here.
glove.
Watch this. The left glove comes off right there. Shattenkirk all over him. Am I going to stop and not play? I don't think so. One-handed glove. Bang. Back to the point to Eriksson. Off the pad. Bingo. Backhand. 2-0 Tatar. 18th of the year. What a second part of the second period that was for the visitors.
At our MGM Grand Detroit second intermission as Chris Osgood with Darren Elliott. And I would think on that goal by Riley Sheahan, Mickey York will say that was just glovely.
Let's take a look at our big boy play of the game. Thomas Tatar.
1 minute.
Riley Sheahan with one glove on. Rebound. Number 18 on the year for Thomas Tatar. 2-0 Detroit. That is our big boy play of the game. Way to go, Thomas. Nice job. Okay, look at that. Make that 19 for last year, 18 for this year. He's blowing it out of the water, Ken. Same with Nyquist. He's off to that great start again after a wonderful finish last year.
And look at these numbers. The first nearly 32 minutes of the game, just 3 shots. The last 8.5, 13 shots and 2 goals. So the period begins with the 2 teams 4 aside. As Kronwall's back to retrieve it on defense with Eriksson. Datsuk and Abdelkader up front. Back is forcing the issue for the Blues. A reverse pass by Datsuk, and Detroit will set up. Returning to 5-on-5 momentarily as Datsuk swings one wide. Eriksson joining. Back to Datsuk, quickly through the middle. Datsuk is right in and just got checked at the last second. There's a piece of his stick by Steen, and there's a penalty coming up here as a result of that. Just as they return to 5-on-5, now the Red Wings will go to a Bell Tire power play.
Number 20, 2 minutes.
A hooking penalty to Alexander Steen.
Well, the pressure led by Datsuk that time. And Steen, who had an incredible season last year, goal scoring wise. There's a nice slash there. One of those hooks that I absolutely hate.
I know, I was going to say you had your
I
doubts
know,
about
I
that.
just don't like that. But, you know, you'll take it, but you wouldn't like it if it happened against you. That's the problem. See if Detroit can take advantage.
Bell Tire power play with Weisson, Sheahan, Tatar, Polkinen. Right-hand shot, Manning left point, and Danny DeKeyser. Tried to go through to Polkinen, but off a stick and out of play off Steve Ott's composite, and the face-off will stay in the St. Louis zone.
Well, the Red Wings could put a stranglehold on this hockey game if they can cash in on this power play. Riley Riley Sheahan again wins a draw, loses his helmet in the process.
Here's Weiss with it. Down low he goes and gets it back from Polkinen. Heavy shot off the backboards onto the netting and held by Elliott. Riley Sheahan gets his hat back. Red Wings 6-3 their past 9 games, completing a 6-game road trip here tonight.
I'll tell you what, that kid has given Mike Babcock so many different options. That's why he can put Datsuk and Zetterberg back together. And Sheahan is already in not even hardly a complete season in the NHL. He's a bona fide number 2 center already. And showing offense that a lot of people just didn't know he had when he was in Notre Dame. Boy, oh boy.
8 goals and 19 points. He's got an assist tonight. Nyquist into Datsuk. Datsuk circles to the line here to Kronwall. Zetterberg on the other side. Goes back to Datsuk. Back here, Kronwall. Down low, Zetterberg. His shot, goal post. He rattled the right iron there. Now Abdelkader out front and just slithered one wide. Good keep in. Kronwall to Zetterberg. Abdelkader. Kronwall right point. He's got Datsuk now left side. Pulls the defender near him. Swings one back. Kronwall across one-timer. And Zetterberg slammed it wide of the goal. Some mixing in front of the net. Datsuk pushed it back.
Oh boy.
Zetterberg nearly pulled a groin.
Oh boy, that's
hooked Backus.
Yep.
And captain on captain there. Zetterberg's going to the box.
No question about that. I wonder why did he blow the whistle though. Lewis had the puck and going on a rush. But Zetterberg,
Detroit, come on, stripping.
I mean, Zetterberg absolutely blew a tire. He was moving south, the puck's going north, and there's no way to get back there. That is getting your money's worth on a hook. Holy jumping. Zetterberg from a bad angle, comes up high, hits it clear off the post square. So we go 4-on-4 again for the 3rd time in the game. 23 seconds left to Steen's penalty. Boy.
Detroit penalty number 40.
Important face-off here by Detroit. But can they move that puck? 4-on-4 with Glendening and Miller. Danny DeKeyser lugs it through the middle. Takes a shot, deflected, but Elliott able to leave it there for Jay Bouwmeester.
These 2 guys were on the ice, 20 and 41 for Detroit, knowing they were going to just continue over with the penalty kill.
Which is now in existence as Bouwmeester makes the play. Steen didn't shoot it. Bouwmeester here to Pietrangelo. To Jay Bouwmeester. Down low, Steen and a flip back. Tarasenko waiting as Bouwmeester shoots just wide. And back out to center by Quincy. Just now, Laterra getting out of the Red Wing zone as the Blues had to delay. Vladimir Tarasenko weaves his way through. He's dangerous. Quincy wouldn't let him get past.
Oh my, oh my.
Fans wanted a penalty there. Good play by Mrazek to move it. Without a stick is Quincy. So the Red Wings down a man, down a stick. Pietrangelo makes one over. Steen with a shot. Save made. Knocked out of the air. And away goes Helm. Trying to catch up as Anderson, who's got his first of the year tonight. Knocked off Helm's stick. And the Blues with a half-minute remaining in their man advantage. Long stretch pass to Tarasenko. Tarasenko with a good step to get away from DeKeyser, but closing on him was Eriksson. Stick in the lane by Helm. Came back to the line. Shattenkirk tipped in front by Oshie. Tie up in back of the goal. Kevin Shattenkirk to Jay Bouwmeester. Shot to score! Backus in front.
Well, he's been hot. We talked about that. It was David Backus that got a piece of the puck in front of Mrazek right at the top of the goal crease. And down she went onto the ice. Into the back of the net. Seconds before the expiration of the Zetterberg penalty. There's Backus, the captain, in front. Wonderful coordination right down underneath the pads. No chance for a goaltender unless it hits him. And it's a 2-1 hockey game.
Good look on the Phantom Cam there as David Backes, first star of the week in the NHL last week, continues his torrid pace. 7 goals his past 5 games now for Backes. Here come the Blues again. Trying to do what the Red Wings did, late stages, a minute apart in the second, to score twice. Knocked down in front of the net, handled by Smith. Tatar dumped it out to center. So a power play goal for the Blues. Bouwmeester and Shattenkirk assisting at 3:58.
The Blues are going to come with a rush. Detroit's got to settle this thing down big time here. The follow-up shift.
So the Blues 1 for 3 on their power play. Shattenkirk shot it around, but Abdelkader was there to block it. And he's tied up by Laterra and by Gunnarsson. Handled by Jaden Schwartz. 15 goals on the season for Schwartz. Henrik Zetterberg was in the box when the Blues scored the goal to narrow it to 1. Zetterberg with help from Datsuk. Bouwmeester to Tarasenko. His pass for Bouwmeester out of his reach. Swings it over here to Alex Pietrangelo. 40 or more points each of his first 3 full seasons in the league for Pietrangelo. Turned over at center for Helm. Trying to knife through 2 Blues. Pulls it back from Bouwmeester. Got some help down low from Weiss. Angled back to the line. DeKeyser the shot, hit a body in front. Oshie knocked it down. Pokinen stayed with it out front and a save by Elliott. Blues at center. Oshie giving it back to Backes. Taken out by DeKeyser. Oshie right there along with Steve Ott. Falling on the play. But Shattenkirk kept it alive. Steve Ott over there to get it. Into the middle, giving up. Pokinen knocked it away, and the Blues are right back in. The Red Wings in the midst of a change as Oshie shoots. And that'll be held by Mrazek. And with that, we'll step out. When we come back, take a look at this day in Red Wings history involving a great goaltender. Welcome back to St. Louis, and time now for our Southgate Lincoln fun fact on this date, or on January 15th, 1950. Terry Sawchuk's first career shutout, 1-0 against the Rangers. His final shutout, his 103rd, came on February 1st, 1970, ironically playing with the Rangers. Sawchuk held the all-time record for more than 45 years until being passed by Marty Brodeur in 2009. Brodeur's got a shutout this season with the St. Louis Blues, but now on a week's leave of absence to ponder his future.
2 of the greats, boy, those 2.
Saved by Elliott, short side. Back to the line here for Brendan Smith. Wrist shot, just missed. Knocked out of the air as Glendening pursues the puck. And along with Miller. And it's sent past Smith. Berglund. Closed on by Ouellette. Joakim Lindstrom. Back of the net to Patrick Berglund. Lindstrom high, slot, save, Mrazek.
Good scoring chance, boy. He got it away quickly, too. That's that Berglund with that big size and reach. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't get the puck away from him. He went behind the net. Protects the puck like Datsuk, and bang. Fortunately, there was nobody in Mrazek's way to block his view, and he was able to smother that baby up.
While Lindstrom's been in and out of their lineup, last season he was Swedish hockey's regular season and playoff MVP. He's been with Colorado, Arizona, and Columbus, but Ken Hitchcock working him in with the Blues where he can.
pretty comfortable doing that.
Tatar has got the difference maker now. Took a shot, came over for Sheahan. Tough one to keep in for DeKeyser, but he managed to do it. Tatar worked on there by Gunnarsson. And the Blues, Tarasenko. Good pass, rink wide. Sheahan coming back without a stick. DeKeyser helped it along, but moving in is Shattenkirk. Oh, and a try for a tip in front by Jori Lehtera. Grabbed by Nyquist. He's got some skating room now. Nyquist cuts back to the middle. Leaves it there for Datsyuk. Look at Zetterberg to the goal. And just tipped before it went to him. Oshie's hurt on his way back to the Blues bench. And if he wasn't laboring before, he sure is now. Red Wings in the midst of a change. Stopped at the line and stolen. Good play defensively by Kronwall. Over the stick of Backes, sent off the leg of Datsyuk. Alex Pietrangelo for Jay Bouwmeester. Brendan Smith saw Reeves coming at him. Abdelkader had a chance to delay, and he did. The Blues' fourth line is out as Helm brings it in with Weiss and Polkinen. And Helm shot it, and Elliott stopped it. Well, tonight on Fox Sports Live, Ohio State quarterback Cardell Jones decided on his future. Two of the NBA's biggest stars collide. It's LeBron versus Kobe in LA. And some of college basketball's best teams in action. And 10 NHL games tonight. All the highlights for you. That's tonight on Fox Sports Live. Helm stays out with Polkinen and Weiss. Smith and Xavier Ouellet. And the way they're playing, as Mike Babcock was saying this morning, with Ouellet and Smith on the back end, he can play the top 4 fewer minutes. Gives him the luxury to do so if he so decides, because the two who are back there now are trustworthy.
And he really likes what Quincy and DeKeyser have done, I'll tell you that much, boy.
Comes back to the line for Jackman. Saved by Mrazek. I don't know if he saw it, but he stopped it. It hit his left pad. Move quickly here to Berglund. Ouellet lifts one to center. Just over Polkinen's stick. As Paul Stastny will shoot it in. Stolen here by Schwartz inside the line. Jaden Schwartz back to the point. The shot just wide by Gunnarsson.
Had him wide open on the left wing and ignored it.
Gunnarsson, the former Leaf, shoots it in. Picked up here, Tarasenko. Good stick check again by Danny DeKeyser. Anderson didn't get it deep. He'll go off in a change now as Sheahan moves up on the forecheck. Kevin Shattenkirk. Long stretch pass through center and tipped into the Red Wing zone. Kyle Quincy. Trying to lead Tatar was too far. And the Blues come back as Backes moved. Steen to the corner, gets hit. Puck stolen by Nyquist. Goes in after it, played by Elliott. Backhanded it right back to Nyquist. Comes free to the line, Jonathan Ericsson. Safe play in behind for Nyquist again. Bouwmeester trailing, pushing. And went over to Tatar's head. Broken up at center, Nyquist is back. Nyquist must be exhausted. Knocked down by Oshie, who's still in the game. Red Wings want to change. Nyquist huffing and puffing, goes to the bench. On comes Abdelkader, out with Datsyuk and Zetterberg. Just over 8 to play in the third period. Anderson and Tatar for the Red Wings. Backes for St. Louis, and a penalty coming.
Nasty stuff going on here. Nyquist got whacked a couple of times going to the bench. And it'll be a St. Louis penalty here. A lot of whacking and hacking going on. And maybe it's Reeves. 8:09 to go. 2-1 Detroit. We're heating her up here in St. Louis. 22 shots on goal for the St. Louis Blues unofficially, and Mrazek has been solid as a rock tonight. And several of those came just not long ago when St. Louis had 3 or 4 really good scoring chances right there, all short-handed. Right there, Backes, good shot. Schwartz looking for the rebound. So a solid night so far for Peter Mrazek, looking for win number 3 against St. Louis in his short career.
Red Wings on a Bell Tire power play. Deflected out of play. Blues have done a nice job in getting sticks in lane tonight and blocking shots. Draw to the line, but kept in. Here's Zetterberg. Kronwall. Datsuk, left wing side. Abdelkader stationed in front of Elliott. Nyquist in the high slot. Kronwall just went wide. Zetterberg back. Nyquist looking for it was Abdelkader, but finding it first was Elliott.
He got absolutely swamped, Abdelkader. That's clear in the front of the net, I'm here to tell you. Abdelkader was ready to slap at it. The next thing you know, he's face down, his head darn near in the net. Who was it that gave it to him? Petrangelo or Baumeister? That's what you get when you go to the front of the net, and Abdelkader knows that. The first shot on goal for Detroit tonight on the power play.
Gus Nyquist out there with 9 power play goals.
Didn't we talk about how good the power play was about 2 hours ago?
You did.
Huh?
Well, they've got 39 power play goals to lead the league, and 12 their past 10 games.
Well, maybe
one here would be huge, wouldn't it?
Yeah, would.
The Blues penalty killing very good lately. Fourth power play of this game. Here's a play through to Nyquist. Scores!
Boy, no goal. No goal.
Called off.
Abdelkader was in the crease. There's no question about that.
I don't know if there will be a penalty with it, but it would be no goal. Although LaPerriere's got to go back to the box. He came out. He'll go back in.
Well,
let's hear the call here.
They can't overturn the call.
So no penalty, just incidental contact, but no goal.
I don't know about the contact. Well, there's a little bit right there.
Yep.
Okay.
He can't be in there.
Yeah, that's, I mean, the facts were all there to put him away for 10 years. He did it.
Yep,
He's
that's
guilty.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
And he'll feel shame.
No kidding. But, you know, when you go in there, and again, the goaltender's smart. He's coming out to make contact, and it makes it difficult for the referee not to make that call.
So the Red Wings continue on the power play here. Lapierre left the box thinking his team had been scored on. Then in he goes back with a big sense of relief, now hoping his team can kill the rest of it. Here's Tatar, but nobody there to pick it up. Half minute remaining in the man advantage for Detroit. Danny DeKeyser tried to send one through the middle, but knocked away by Backes. So DeKeyser will try again.
4-forward power play.
Weiss can't get anywhere.
That'll change quickly. With the power play coming to an end in a 2-1 game, I don't think I want a forward playing defense.
Anderson got his head up out there with Miller and Glendening. Fourth line is a goal tonight for the Red Wings. Gave them a 1-0 lead late stages of the second period. And Detroit added to it a minute later. Mrazek held it short side. Tarasenko didn't like the way that
excellent job.
he was being roughed up.
That's right. Excellent job by B-52 Eriksson on Tarasenko. We'll be back to wrap it up. 5:48 to go.
Mickey York with the studio updates. Back to the Lightning and Oilers in Tampa Bay. Third period, tied at 2. Tyler Johnson finds a wide open Andre Palat, and he Palat's his second of the night. Tampa Bay gets the win 3-2 over the Oilers. We'll have more from that one as well as other games around the Atlantic Division. And, of course, all the post-game reaction from St. Louis collected by Trevor Thompson. But first, back to Kennebec as the Wings try to wrap up the trip with 2 more points, guys.
Thanks, Mickey. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And it will be, let's see, fourth line for Detroit. 1 minute and 7-second shift. Much longer than they ever stay on the ice. And Joachim Andersen gets his first goal of the season. He's been a workhorse, even though he hasn't played every day. What a shift. What a goal. Miller Lite, or Miller time.
Anderson at 8 goals and 17 points last season. In and out of the lineup at times this year so far. But his first, a huge one here tonight. The Red Wings were being badly outshot, gave them some confidence as they started to roll in the latter stages of period number 2. Scored a couple of quick ones, and the Blues have answered here by David Backes in the third with 5.5 to play in it. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, Trevor Thompson, and our Fox Sports Detroit crew with you for the last of this 6-game road trip. So the Red Wings head home for 3 straight prior to the All-Star break. Quincy got hit by Tarasenko. They're against Datsuk, Abdelkader, and Zetterberg. Tarasenko trying to kick one back. Kaiser dumps it into the blue zone.
I bet you're going to see lots of Schwartz and Tarasenko in the last 5 minutes for Hitchcock.
Tipped by Oshie. Played by Mrazek. High and off the glass. To the line, Shattenkirk to the goal. Locked down in front. Oshie reaching for it. Gunnarsson, point shot just went wide. Another shot goes off the skate over here to Backes. To the line for Oshie. Couldn't keep it in. Pressured by Sheahan. Jonathan Eriksson to Kronwall.
I don't know how TJ Oshie's getting through this night. I swear to God.
Don't either.
It's unbelievable.
Again, laboring, and he was injured against Edmonton in the 4-2 win a few nights ago. And was a game-time decision and got banged up in this one, but he's a hockey player.
No kidding.
Miller being shoved and then shoved Backes back. Gunnarsson, look at Helm, steal that puck. Helm saw Oshie coming and knocked him down. Miller tried to center. Near boards here for Steen. Miller came back. Smith will send it in. Helm hurrying on the forecheck. Played ahead for Gunnarsson, knocked down at the line. As Ouellet had moved up. The Blues and Red Wings both in the midst of changing here. Given away, Abdelkader on a steal. Abdelkader right in. To the middle of the shot and just sent it wide and off a stick. Pavel Datsyuk coming back with help from Abdelkader.
Getting frantic out there now, boy.
Holmeister just gave it away. Boy, they're going to call that icing. Wow.
Right in front of
Pietrangelo was right there.
He sure was. Woo.
Reminder to join Red Wing players, coaches, and alumni for the 15th annual Toast of Hockeytown, February 2nd at the Joe. I'll be your host along with Ken Cal. Fine wine, spirits, strolling buffet, live entertainment, locker room tours, great live auction. For tickets, go to DetroitRedWings.com/2015Toast. Tarasenko put it back in. Loose puck. That's it.
Let him accelerate.
Perfect feed onto Abdelkader. Couldn't bust past Jay Bouwmeester, who will lead the Blues attack. 2:40 to go in the third. Carried back in. Tarasenko shot was blocked. Eriksson got in front of it. Now he's got the puck. Kronwall. Off to Tar, out to center, back in here by Nyquist.
Shifts have to be really short for Detroit now. No, you can't have any tired people on the ice. 2:15 to go.
We'll be watching for Elliott to go on the instructions of Ken Hitchcock. Remember, the Blues have already used their timeout. No icing there. Mrazek takes a look. Got it over. Held in by the Blues. They'll race for it far side. Quincy with help. Helm there first to the line, but not out. Now hit a body and came out to center. Berglund for the Blues. Back in is Stastny. Open on the near side is Lindstrom. And the pass to him was blocked.
The Kaiser again.
He's made 3 great defensive plays tonight. Here's Glendening. And he couldn't get past Jackman. Joakim Lindstrom. Mrazek makes the play. Came loose in front. Eriksson nudged it over. And the Blues regroup. Pietrangelo at center. Going to the bench is Elliott. Empty net for St. Louis. 6 skaters as Oshie gets hit and Zetterberg tried to play it along. Steen shuffled it back into the corner. Kronwall for the Red Wings. Nearly gave it away right to Backus, then he got dumped by Oshie. 6 skaters for St. Louis. Their net is empty with a minute to go. Eriksson angled off the glass and out to center. Red Wings backing up at center. Brought in here by Alex Pietrangelo. He's right in. Let's go! Steen went to the goal.
Once again, you had an odd man rush. Detroit scrambling to change. They did get everybody on, and they're in position all through here. But right down the middle went Steen, and he uses him as a decoy and beats Mrazek. Right-hand shot off the left wing. Right between the feet of Quincy. That might have crossed up the goaltender, and we got a tie. Oy, 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 oy. I don't know, maybe the Steen hit that puck even in front. Steen may get the goal.
Oh, he went to the net. He'll get it.
But question is, how did he get so open from center ice down when everybody was in position defensively? Now you got to try to get out of here.
So it's a 2-2 tie as Nyquist took a shot. As the Blues got the equalizer with the goalie out. Still a half minute to go. Nyquist knocked it down at center. Sheahan played it off a body. Boy, Steen now with 2 goals and 8 points his last 8 games against the Red Wings. That one, a huge one. Pietrangelo and Tarasenko assisting at 19-12.
Well, Detroit just wants overtime here now.
Brought through by Miller, and that's where they're going to. So the Blues, when they thought they'd get nothing, and the Red Wings thought they got 2, they each have 1. Looking for the extra one with 4-on-4 hockey coming up.
Well, they like what they've seen here, no matter, well, they didn't have a lot to cheer about all night long, but here it is at the end of 60 minutes, and it's overtime. And let's hold it right there, guys. What happened? Danny DeKeyser gets knocked down here on this play, and you get 2 guys caught right here as St. Louis moves the puck in. There's number 20. Go ahead and run it. Up the middle he goes. Hold it right there. Now you got a 2-on-1 with Quincy. And he's got to stay in the middle and try to prevent the pass. You know what? Wow. It was a pass through Quincy and off the backhand stick of Steen, and that's why it got by Mrazek. A deflection by Thomas Steen to tie this game. Good execution by the Blues with a goaltender on the bench.
Well, as they do their shoveling duties here at the Scott Trade Center, we'll send it back to Chris, Darren, and Mickey. Thank you, Mick. Well, you know that the Red Wings want to end this in 4-on-4 and not have to risk a shootout. We all know about that. The Red Wings in overtime are 3-2, and the Blues are 3-1. There's the guy who evened things up. 19-13, the official time of the goal. Pietrangelo and Tarasenko assisting with the goaltender out. Red Wings 3-2 in extra time. Peter Mrazek, in 3 games played against the Blues coming to the game tonight, was 2-0. Gets a point out of this one. Now hoping for a win. As the Red Wings begin here against St. Louis, not with the overtime 3 forwards, but 2 and 2. And as Kronwall and Eriksson on the back end, Steen and Backes, who now goes off, started for St. Louis. Quick 20 seconds, they're gone.
Watch out for Tarasenko and Schwartz out here, boy. These 2 guys individually. Trouble.
Zetterberg into Kronwall. It's knocked away. Kronwall backpedaling on defense now with Quincy. Brought in here by Schwartz to the slot. Oh, Mrazek. Good save there on Stastny. A quick shot.
He had him moving. That was a incredible save because they had the goaltender moving. And boy, oh boy, it's tough for a goalie to readjust. He was going to his left, Mrazek, and the shot came back to his right, and he got the blocker on it. Wow. Stastny was crossing over from left to right.
Blues control the face-off. And off a body. Schwartz heads to the front of the net, now in behind to chase Quincy. Schwartz and Stastny for the Blues. Quincy to center. Over for Danny DeKeyser. They'll wrap it around. Helm going in there. Got in front of Pietrangelo. Taken here by Bouwmeester. Squeezed Helm out, who did well just to stay with it. Then Bouwmeester gave him a shove. Great work by Helm. Quincy the slot. And held by Elliott.
Darren Helm, I mean,
great work.
His speed has caused all kinds of problems for the Blues here tonight. He's drawn 2 penalties, and again, he completely strips the puck from Bouwmeester. Easy-looking save for Allen to make.
Great work again by Helm. 8 goals and 20 points, playing in his 44th game of the season. That in itself is an accomplishment. Great steal, nearly by Tatar. Ouellette has to hustle back. Mrazek will move it along for Brendan Smith. With a good play to lead Sheahan. Up along with Tatar. Sheahan puts on the brakes. Spun back into a hit. Tatar to get it. Tatar whirling down there. Twirling back with it. Tatar left it for Ouellette. Kicked it back in behind for Sheahan. Tried to come out front, couldn't do it. Tarasenko will settle it. 3 to go in overtime. Tarasenko turning at center. What a season for him. 26 goals, 4th most in the league. 46 points, 7th most for Tarasenko.
Typical Russian. Didn't want to dump it in, see? Go back and start again.
Oh, Nyquist lost an edge and went down. Maybe good thing he did. Play just onside, they say. Steen with a shot was blocked by Kronwall. Nyquist on the move, couldn't get there as Bouwmeester kept it alive for Steen. Now to Backes in front, hit Zetterberg's skate. Short side, save Mrazek. Puck still loose, and Mrazek will grab it and hold on.
And let's see if the defenseman moved in here to bring that face off outside. Even 4-on-4.
Well, the most talked about fighter in the UFC today, the notorious Conor McGregor, looks to continue his rise to superstardom as he enters the octagon against the dangerous Dennis Siver. See it live Sunday after the AFC Championship game, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Draw controlled by the Blues to the line to Shattenkirk. Gunnarsson gave it back, then intercepted by Abdelkader. Left it there for Datsyuk. Never a bad idea. Abdelkader carries through. Getting it back at the point. Datsyuk and Abdelkader both knocked off stride. Carried back in. Schwartz trying to get past to Kaiser. Quincy was there. Around for Abdelkader. Under 2 to go in overtime. Steen and Backes for the Blues. Joachim Anderson and Thomas Tatar for the Red Wings, who had a 2-0 lead in this game. After they were being badly outshot early on. What a terrific road game for the Red Wings. Smith. Move Berglund wide. A piece of that and out the near side. Smith behind for Tatar, reaching for it, being pressured. Brendan Smith with a long pass for Helm. And offside. Tatar thought he was getting the puck from him, but he didn't and couldn't hold the line.
Seven shots for the Blues now, and it was a dandy, that last one. Holy smoke. Great scoring chance. Right there. It was Pietrangelo, I think.
Blues tied the game with the netminder out at 19:13 of the third period. Sheahan and Nyquist, Kronwall and Eriksson. Brought up by Jackman. Kicked back to him. And went wide. Neat little play there by Jori Lehtera to get it back for the defenseman. Ins Tarasenko. He got knocked down to the ice and a stick left it. Good play by Jonathan Eriksson. 45 to go in overtime. Eriksson getting in. Shot was blocked by Jackman. And the Blues move it, but this could result in an icing. And it will be just that. And again, St. Louis has already used their timeout. Face-off coming up to the right of Elliott.
Riley Sheahan comes back to really mess up Barry Jackman. He thought he had a scoring chance to 20,000 people, but it went for naught, and Sheahan's had a good night again.
Face-off win by Datsyuk with help from Henrik Zetterberg. Zetterberg turning with it. Zetterberg back of the net, tried to center one. Datsyuk moves in, being held there by Jackman.
Anything goes now.
Lehtera,
That's in favor
puck
of
came
now,
back to
Kenny.
center, yep. Here's DeKeyser, one last chance here for Detroit. DeKeyser brings it in, drops it back to Quincy. Finds Datsyuk, shot, scores!
Are you serious?
Pavel Datsyuk wins it for the Red Wings with 2 2/10 to go in the game.
Is it in, Kenny? They're all on the
Elliott's
net.
going, how did it go in?
No kidding.
The Red Wings are off the bench. The officials will confer. Datsyuk thinks he's got the game winner. The Blues are going, how did it possibly go in?
Now, the referee's explaining to everybody else what he saw. It went under his arm.
Red Wings have won this game, Mick.
I don't. They're not even.
Red Wings have won this game.
Yeah.
Ken Hitchcock in disbelief.
They have.
But the Detroit Red Wings
Wow.
have won the game. Their second straight, and they halt the Blues winning streak at 5. The
Wow.
play's under review. The Red Wings are saying, you review it, we're going home. It is in.
It went off his right shoulder. 2.2 swell. You can see the clock. It went in with about 2.8 left. But it ends up at 2.2. And Datsyuk, who we talked about at the top of the show, Tarasenko at the top of the show, compared what they've done when he came in the league. He never shot the puck as much as he does these days. And his shot, with 2 seconds and change left, has won this game for the Red Wings. And they will go 4-2 on this road trip. That was huge, especially with Jimmy Howard going down and losing the 2 points in 60 minutes here in this fashion tonight. Boy, it couldn't come at a better time.
The cheer you hear here from the Red Wing fans, the official time of the goal will be 4:57. And boy, it's the short side goals on Brian Elliott that we saw go in tonight, and another one there. I don't know what they're disputing, but Pavel Datsyuk, Henrik Zetterberg, they knew it was in, and the Red Wings win it to go home in what will be a very successful road trip. And to think maybe one of the great games they played was in Vancouver and got nothing out of it. So the Blues tied it late, and the Red Wings win it late. 3-2 the final in overtime. We go to Mickey York.
All right, Kenny, thank you. Coming up on Red Wings Live, wow, what a hockey game. We'll look back at Pavel Datsyuk's game winner. Darren Anazi joined me to break down how the Wings were able to spring to life there in that second period. We'll hear from Mike Babcock and the players, show you all the highlights, and look ahead to the Wings homecoming on Saturday against the Predators. All that and more coming up next on a post-game edition of Red Wings Live.